Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, the 19th of February. My name is Alisa Tilsner. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, going live every Thursday morning for some card making. And today is going to probably be a fairly quick card, but it is going to be great for those of you who have got lots of paper scraps. Now, this one, I am casing it from somebody else. So I was scrolling through Pinterest last night and this popped up, something similar popped up in my feed. And I thought, oh, that looks really interesting. So that's what we are going to play with today. So let's get our camera changed around. There we go. And we are going to be playing with the Painted Illusions Designer Series paper, which is the February product of the month. So I thought we'd just have a quick look at it first. So this one's a little bit of a different configuration. This one's got 4 different patterns, double-sided, but you get 3 sheets of each in your pack. So let's have a quick little look at this one. So I should have grabbed the colors. I think that one's a mixture of Flirty Flamingo and Petal Pink. And then we've got like Granny Apple Green, Misty Moonlight, one of the yellows, some Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock, Misty Moonlight. Did I say that one? So very, very full on in colour. Did I pull? Oh no, this one's got different waves. I was going to say, did I pull out the same piece of paper? But no, I didn't. So check them out. And this one, going up that way, I'll bring this one up closer. This one's got little flowers on it. So that's quite a pretty paper. And I always love the texture in the background as well. And this one's is it Lost Lagoon or Pretty Peacock? Might be a mixture of both, but probably work both with everyone. Now, I'm assuming everything is working. My volume's working because there's a little cross on my thing up there. So hopefully audio's working. Somebody wants to jump in and just let me know. Oh, this one's really, really pretty. Check that one out. That is gorgeous. So in Australia, and I love this one too, in Australia, the spend limit is $125. Oh, good morning. There we go. Good morning, Margaret. Thanks for jumping in. What was I saying? Oh, $125 spend in Australia, and you can pick this designer series paper up for just $9. So this is what we're going to make today. And yes, I did cut into it. But if you have got lots and lots of scraps, this one is going to be a really good card for you. So I have done a little bit off camera, and what I have done is just cut little 1-inch squares of random paper. And then I've got, you could use black if you wanted to, but I've got some Secret Seed just as an alternative to black. And what I am doing is I'm just going to flip these guys over so I can try and do it fairly quickly, because it will be a quick card. It's one of those types that you can, I suppose if you've got the patience to sit and do it. And then we're just going to offset this slightly. Now, I know that every time I do it, it's not going to be perfect because, you know, might offset one a little bit crooked. One might have a little border that's, you know, wider than the other, but you get the general idea. So we're just going to offset these little guys and concentrating. Whoops, that one's a little bit crooked. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, when I can find it, because I just had it in my hand 2 seconds ago. There it is. What I've done is just painted the white areas, the white lines that are on there, with some Wink of Stella. Good morning. I'm not showing on Facebook. Ah, is that what's going on? Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I just, like a minute before I was supposed to go live, and I can see that I am definitely not. I can see up there now. It said, oops, you've lost connection, and I had to log back in. So that is probably why I'll just post the link. I'll just post the link after. And now I can see up the top. It sort of gives me the places where I'm live, and yes, Facebook's dropped out. Oh, never mind. That's why I'm so quiet today. Okay, so I've got those 3, but I've also got, because I didn't want you to sit through all of me doing just that repetitive thing. So I've got a whole pile of them over here, and what I have done is just tried to arrange them in an area that sort of looked pleasing, like tried to mix up some of the pinks, mix up the greens and the bluey tones, and the patterns, tried to mix some of them up. So I've painted all of the white with Wink of Stella. You probably can't see them. Good morning, Bev. Good morning. Good morning. And what I had planned to do was put it on a layer of white, and then oh, I suppose I still could. Let me have little thinkies. It would probably pay to do that. I did have a piece of white. Hang on, let me grab it out. Again, sorry. This is what happens. Okay, but I need it to be the same size as my card front, because what I was going to do is bring it down and make it a smaller layer. But unfortunately, it's not going to fit. So I am just going to quickly cut myself a faux layer, a faux front card. So I'm going to do it the same size as my card front. So if you, which is a good time to tell you that I don't give measurements, except I did give you those measurements, they're 1 inches. If you would like the written instructions to this in a PDF format that you can save and come back to at any time you like, make sure you signed up to my newsletter, which is at alisatilsner.com. It's at the bottom of the screen. And I've got a library, a PDF library that you'll get access to, and that has got, oh yeah, that's it. That has got like 160 something card tutorials in it at the moment. Okay, so then what we're going to do is just layer these guys on here. So like I said, if you've got heaps of scrap paper, or you know, a really tight pattern would probably be good, because then you'll get to see them. So if you've got like a tight floral or something like that. So we're going to put all of these on there. So it's a very, very different card to what I would normally make, don't you think? But I saw it and I was like, oh wow, that looks so cool. So it's not my design, just letting you know. 1, 2, and then I'm just gonna, I suppose what you could do, oh no, you couldn't, because there's more to come afterwards. So while I'm doing this, I've got 3 embossing folders. I'll put them up the top here. I think you can see them. I've got Lovely Stripes, the Damask Designs, and Beautiful Pattern, which is an open one. So let me know, because after that, this whole panel gets embossed. So let me know what you think I should use. Right, well, I'll go and stick these on. So I have painted them in Wink of Stella. And I've got one side, and this is not going to be perfect. I've already got one side wider than the other. It's okay. It'll still give a good look. And I'll probably stick some down crooked, and you know how it goes. And I find some of the papers tend to cut a little bit on the raggedy side, which is what this one has done too. It's not my trim, it's not my blade, because my blade isn't that old, and it cuts cards. Some cardstock fine, perfect, and other stuff it. So I think it's the paper. We'll blame it on the paper anyway. Good morning, Katrina. Everyone else who's coming in. All right. So what embossing folder am I going to use? They are all at the front. I've got Lovely Stripes, Damask, or Beautiful Pattern. All right. If you didn't want to do the embossing part over the top afterwards, you could always pop all of these up with the dimensional in the middle. Whoop, 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 whoop. Make sure you got your, did it again. Make sure you've got your darker boxes all facing in the same direction. And nearly done. There we go. Okay, I'm up to the embossing stage. All right, lovely stripes, which is what I used last week. The damask one or this one here. Beautiful pattern. I'm going to have to make an executive decision, I think. Maybe I'll go for this one here, just for the one on the right. Is that the one on the right? This one. Yeah. I was going to say I'll go for an executive decision, but that's the one we're going to go with. Good thinking, Margaret. Good choice. If I can get the darn thing open. I don't know if I've actually used it. I haven't used it because it's upside down and it's still in this rightly position. I don't even know where this one comes from. How terrible is that? Because normally when I've used them, I'll turn them upside down so I can just pull them in and out. And this one was still in its original position. Okay, so, and it feels like a 3D. It doesn't say 3D on the thing, but let me get my machine and I'll get all the plates just in case. What do I need? Those two. Right. Beautiful pattern, beautiful pattern. Okie dokie. So we'll pop you in. It does feel thick. And so we're going to emboss this whole one. And if I run through, I'll know that I've got the wrong plate. Nope, that's the right plates. Ooh. Is that an ant? I've got an ant on my thing. How on earth did I get an ant? Rotten thing. Okay, so it's just really, really, really subtle. You probably can't. So if you do want it a bit more, there we go. I'll show you that side so you can see it. And then it's just given a nice little raised texture on that side, which is quite nice actually. Quite like that. Quite like that. Putting it away. Alrighty. Next. Well, sorry, little ant, but you need to go. Okay. Next. So what I'm going to do is just pop this straight onto my card front. Because if I mean, you could run that through, but I think that would make that card front or buckley, you know, just run it part way and then run it back. But I think that would give quite a bit of a buckley appearance. So let's use the nasty green glue. I think I got the right one. And only because I want it to sit right on top of that card front and I can get that bit of slide factor. I can do that. Get it all sitting correctly. Okay, sentiment time. Look at that. That looks pretty cool, actually. Quite liking that. Very, very different. Very different for me. Okay, I'm going to use Happy Birthday. Whoops, I stuck this one down on the wrong side, which is a nice big happy birthday. And I think I was thinking about white embossing it, but I think I might just stamp it on white with the Secret C. And this one is from the virtual card making retreat stamp set. So Secret C looks very striking. Like when I'm watching it, looking up at it on the camera, it looks quite striking. So very happy with that. I might go over off camera and give it another couple of runs with the Wink of Stella, just so that those little white bits turn out really shiny. So everybody, get your scraps out. Oh, I just had an idea. Oh, I love it when that happens. Oh. I know. All right, trim this, and then so that it sort of half matches the rest of the card, we'll do a Secret Sea shadow underneath it. Oops. Because that sort of doesn't make much of an impact. But if we grab a strip, and I reckon, how wide is that? Probably, I'm just going to have to guess, I think. Doesn't matter. So let's just cut a strip of that. I know, this birthday, I love the font on that Happy Birthday, and it's a nice big one too. All right, so we'll do the same type of thing here. So let's trim you. And we'll stick you together. Did I get it right? Pretty close, pretty close. All right. We'll stick that on. Oh, you need to come up this way a bit more. So we'll replicate that style with our sentiment. And we'll pop you on there. And now I'm thinking that I'm going to do some twine around. You know, if we had some metallic thread and stuff like that, I think that would be really cool. But let's just do a, what will I do? I'm going to do a double bow, I think. Give myself enough length. Let's do a double bow. And we'll stick that behind the sentiment. So a big loopy one. Hopefully. All right, so two strands together and get that bow happening. Now, oh, it's probably not enough. It's not a big loopy one. Anyway, let's make those a bit bigger then. And then we can separate the loops. Separate the loops like that. And then we can pop that behind there. So let's grab another little bit. I don't know why I keep putting the lid on and off of these things, honestly. All right, so we'll grab you and we'll pop you behind, and I may have to keep fiddling. And the good thing is when you put the tape, you can actually separate those loops and stick them to the back of the extra tape there as well, rather than using a glue dot. All right, so we've got something like that going on. And then we'll get some dimensionals happening. Where are they? I've got so many things going on back there. All right. Stick one on you. There we go. And plonk it on. And then I think we're just going to go for some good old sparkly rhinestones. So we'll put it on this row here. You could either go top or bottom. I do prefer to go across the bottom area. And we'll stick it so that it's more towards the right hand side. Spread these little loopies out. Make them look fuller. All right, and then some rhinestones, and then that's it. I did have them. I did have them. And you can go like, I'm going to try and go gung-ho with some extra rhinestones. Let's do a couple more than 3, shall we? Considering I'm always doing 3. Get my other skizzers out. I will have to go back and apologise to everyone. I'm not sure why I got kicked off of my Facebook, but anyway, that's okay. Oh, so I've got big ones and little ones left. It's okay. I can do little doubles. I like doing little doubles. So we'll do one there, and we'll do a couple over here. And let's go for 6. Ooh, Look at me using twice the amount that I normally do. Big spender. Yeah. But I will go back and I will add another layer of Wink of Stella onto those white areas as well. So a very, very different card for me. Very, oh, I don't know what style you would call it as well. And I have got, see, it's not perfect. I've got too wide a space on this side and this side, but you know, whatever, it's okay. If you really wanted to, you could trim a little bit off the edge of your whole card and even it up and it would be fine. So, and I, you know, I may even do that. So yeah, that secret C is making it look like it's popping off the page, doesn't it? So it's like that little shadow. I think she called it a like a box shadow or something, a box shadow card maybe. I can't remember. I'll have to go and find her name. I remember her name was Tina and her surname started with a Z. So I did take a screenshot, so I'll go back and find her name and I'll pop it in the description of the video as well for where I found on Pinterest. So, and then of course I saw a whole heap of people who had made them as well, but Tina was the first one I'd seen it from. So very, very cool. Now, just before I go, don't forget if you're in Australia, we are in the middle of free shipping. So the minimum spend is $65, $125 to get the paper for $9. You can use your coupon codes and your Stampin' Rewards, but just make sure that that total amount is over $65 to get you free. And also the joining offer that we have at the moment with the, I've got my Stampin' Positioner over there, but will you get a free Stampin' Positioner in your starter kit? Tina Zink, it may have been, Bev. I think it might have been. I'll go back and have a look. I do remember it started with a Z, but it probably is Tina Zink. So, and I thought that was pretty cool. She had done black. And of course I didn't know what sizes she'd used either. So there we go. But I guess I was right. Okay, so thanks very much for joining me. Hopefully next week we include our Facebook people. So I think they make up a fair few of the watchers, even though they're you guys are a little bit more chatty sometimes, but they're a little bit more quieter. So we will see you next week, and grab your scraps out, have a crack. If you make it, let me know, show me what you make, and I'd love to see them. Okay, we'll see you later. Bye.